Welcome in, welcome in. Welcome back to the Crypto Bully Bear channel with only fun decoding and no financial advice. I've been slacking a little bit on these videos and I'm coming to bring you some more decodes. This is going to be the Saturday decode. I got to catch up a little bit, but I'm going to hit you with one of these decodes here, right here. Let's see. You can listen to this
Entire banking system just got exposed, and they're using crypto to multiply your money behind the scenes because nobody understands it. You're going to understand it now. The Genius Act was signed into law in July that allowed banks to create stablecoins legally. If a customer wants a stablecoin, the bank can issue it, but the customer needs to give the bank real cash, and they get to use that cash for investments. I don't know if you guys knew that. So you get $100,000, for example, in the form of a stablecoin to use in crypto, and the bank gets to use your $100,000 for other investments. The vast majority of those investments are usually treasury bills. So the bank takes your money, they put it into treasury bills. Now, a treasury bill is basically government debt from the United States, and the government will pay back that $100,000 and interest to the original investor. And the original investor in this case is the bank. So the treasury bills may be sold as purchase securities for repurchase agreements. The fine print exposes everything. They can use the treasury bills for repurchase agreements. So here's a stable coin. Here's the real $100,000 cash. It gets put into the U.S. government. Now, I want you to remember the colors because it shows the multiplication, duplication they're doing. Because the government got $100,000 from the bank, which was your money from the stablecoin, they get a treasury worth $100,000 plus a 3% yield. The bank profits $3,000 off of your money. And then because of the fine print we just read, they're allowed to take that treasury and loan it out to an investment bank and get another lump sum of cash for no reason. Let's read it again just in case you forgot. Treasury bills may be sold for repurchase agreements. This is called the repurchase agreement. So the investment bank takes a little fee and they give the original bank even more cash. $99,000, they take their fee, they give them more cash. And then they take that new cash, and you guessed it, they put it right back into government debt. The government gets another investment, that's the green right there, and then the government gives them another T-bill for another 3% yield. So the original bank has two T-bills and double their yield. Now, this is where it gets even more scary. Well, remember that person that got the stable coins out? Imagine if they were colluding with the bank, and they decided to take that stable coin and put it right back into government debt in the form of tokenized treasuries. Right now in crypto, you can buy tokenized debt. Yeah, there's a token version of everything I explained up there, and you can get the 3% yield. So now the government has three lump sums from that original $100,000, and you thought it was over. Well, if you invest in tokenized debt, they give you a token worth your dollar amount. Right now, it's called USYC for one of the funds. Binance offers loans against USYC right now. So on that original $100,000, you could take a 70% loan, and then you guessed it, put it right back into government debt. The original $100,000 now has four forms of yield. Everybody's waiting for the Federal Reserve to inject liquidity into the market, but they're already doing it through stablecoin multiplication. And we are going to have the greatest bull run we have ever seen in human history. It's going to be similar to the 2008 bubble.
Booyaka! Thank you for liking, watching, and subscribing. That's the end of this decode.